What's up, everybody? I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. My name is Mel, and welcome to my channel, Divine Feminine Works. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, spirituality, and enlightenment. So if those are things that interest you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll always be notified whenever I come out with new content. Today, I wanted to do a quick discussion and tarot read on the astrology of the new moon in Cancer. So this new moon in Cancer is happening tomorrow, July 20th. And it's interesting because this new moon in Cancer is the second new moon in Cancer that we're having back to back. So last month in June, the new moon was in Cancer, and this month in July, the new moon is in Cancer. And that's a pretty rare occurrence because typically every time we have a new moon, it's in a different astrological sign, but this time it's back to back in Cancer. And that just lets me know that there's a real emphasis here that Spirit is trying to convey to us. It's like there's something really important here that we need to take notice of before we can move forward and before things sort of go back into place, whatever that place is. But let me talk about what a new moon is generally. So the new moon phase of the moon is when the moon and the sun are conjunct, meaning that they are right next to each other or on top of each other, astrologically speaking. As you can see right here, the moon is at 28 degrees, and the moon is at 27 degrees, and the sun is at 28 degrees. So they're like right next to each other. And during that phase of the moon is completely hidden. You can't see it. So it's completely dark in the sky. And symbolically, that is a time to plant new seeds of manifestation. So if there's anything that you want to manifest in your reality, the new moon phase of the moon is the perfect time to do that. That's when you plant the seed. Like, I'll give you the example of an apple tree. Suppose that you want to have an apple orchard. During the new moon phase of the moon, that would be the perfect time to literally plant those seeds in the ground so that these trees can eventually grow and produce apples. And that's what this phase of the moon is all about. Now, when you're talking about the new moon being in Cancer, first of all, the moon is at home in the sign of Cancer, so it's in its home. So it doesn't surprise me that the moon is staying here an extra month because it's home and it's comfortable. But apart from that, Cancer is a very emotional sign. It's emotional, it's psychic, and it's very home oriented. And what do I mean by that? It deals with domestic issues. It deals with issues involving mothers. Anything that's close to home, anything that's private to you is under the realm of Cancer. And with this new moon, you may feel the urge to initiate or plant the seeds of intention for something that's very private to you, something that evokes emotion within you. What makes this new moon in particular very interesting and a bit difficult is that it's actually opposing Saturn in Capricorn, which is directly across from it. So as you can see, there's this opposition here between the moon and the sun conjunct in Cancer with Saturn conjunct Pluto and Jupiter in Capricorn. So it's a lot of heavy energy. I want to explain sort of what an opposition is and how the energy is typically felt. So imagine you have two cars back to back, back bumper to back bumper, and they are tethered by a rope. And both of these cars are trying to go forward. So they're both trying to go in opposite directions, but being that they're tethered by this rope, they can't get very far. And they're both revving their engines and they're both trying to go forward. But especially if they're going at the same speed, they can't really go anywhere. And that is what the energy of an opposition feels like. You've got two extremes and it's like you're trying to find the balance between the two. And and sometimes you can get nowhere because both extremes are like pulling really hard in both directions. So to put this in like a real world scenario, imagine there's something that you want to manifest for yourself. Perhaps that you want to manifest a new car for yourself, right? That's something that's personal to you. That's something that you want for you. But you have these responsibilities, perhaps to your family, perhaps to other people that you're close to, that's preventing you from doing that. So on the one hand, you want to manifest a new car. On the other hand, you need that money for your familial responsibilities or for work responsibilities or whatever. That is how this new moon is like playing out for everyone right now. And again, it's this tug of war between your private life and your public life. Things that you hold dear to you, things that you don't have out in the open versus your job, your career, your reputation, responsibilities that you have within society. This is the tug of war that we're all dealing with right now. And Cancer and Capricorn are both cardinal signs. Cardinal signs are all about initiation. They're the ones that initiate things. They're the ones that start things. And so you have this very dynamic energy between these two signs and between these two types of energies. So although typically new moons are very sort of stable and very easygoing for the most part, this new moon is going to have some harsh aspects to it and some, you know, tug of war type energy that's going to be happening. And the cardinal signs are probably going to be feeling this the most. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So if you're either of those signs, you might be feeling this energy a bit more than everybody else. So that's the general astrology for this new moon. Let's get into each individual sign grouped by element and see what's going on with them. Water signs, how are you guys doing? How's everything going for y'all? So this is going to be the new moon in Cancer reading for water signs. That is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. All right, let's get started with Cancer. So Cancer, this new moon is happening in your first house, and that is the house of self. By self, I mean your mannerisms, your disposition, your outlook on life, your physical body, and your appearance. So there may be something that you want to manifest on a personal level. Perhaps you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to gain weight. Perhaps you want to get plastic surgery, alter your appearance, cut your hair, whatever it is, you're probably wanting to manifest something on a physical level. And that's personal to you. That has something to do with your body, your appearance, or maybe even your outlook. This new moon is opposing Saturn in Capricorn, which is happening in your 7th house. So this Saturn in Capricorn energy that's opposing this new moon is in your 7th house, and that covers the house of relationships. That's your house of one-to-one interaction with others, whether that be a romantic relationship or a business partnership, whatever it may be, that's what the 7th house covers. So how might this play out for you, Cancer? Like I said, maybe you want to change your appearance, and maybe you want to get plastic surgery. Maybe you want to lose weight, whatever it is. It's something that you desire to do. However, you have this duty, responsibility to your partner. And perhaps maybe your partner doesn't want you to change your looks. Maybe they don't want you getting surgery. And it's affecting the relationship itself. So your desire to change something with respect to your body is being hindered by your responsibility to a partner. All right, so that's how that may play out for you, Cancer. So let's get into the reading and see what messages Spirit has for you for this new moon. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. What does Spirit have for you guys for this new moon? All right, we've got completion. I can't tell you how many other signs got this card for this reading. It's ridiculous. But yeah, we've got completion. Synchronicity. we've got abundance. So far, a lot of 8s here. So 8 may be significant to you at this time. And look at that. At the bottom of the deck, we've got leadership, which is also another 8, 81. 8s are all about abundance. So, and even with the abundance card here, Cancer, y'all might be coming into a lot of abundance at this time. Okay. So what I'm getting for some of you is... All right, for some of you, I feel like there is a relationship that has ended. You won't believe how many times I've said that in these readings for this new moon. Like, it's crazy. Because we do have leadership here, and leadership is like standing out. So there may be some sort of a change to a relationship. Like I said, this new moon is being opposed by this relationship that you have a duty to. And I feel like if it's not ending, I mean, if it hasn't ended already, it might be on its way to end, and you're getting signs. You're definitely getting signs that something is amiss or something is over, something has neared its completion. But you're definitely getting signs about it. All right, let's look into this further and see what's really good. Let's get one on, yeah, we've got the Ten of Swords. So there's been betrayal. There's been betrayal. There's been hurtful words. Someone has felt like they've been stabbed in the back and something is over. The thing with the Ten of Swords is that not only is at the end, like, it's being like there's nowhere to go but up when this card appears. So that's the energy that is surrounding you, Cancer. It's like there's some sort of betrayal. There could have been betrayal for a long time because the Ten of Swords, it's a lot of swords. It's a lot of swords. A lot of hurtful words, a lot of fights, a lot of backstabbing. This could have been going on for a while, and it's finally time for this to end. Let's get another one on completion. And we've got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is all about choosing which direction to go. So upon the completion of this relationship, I feel like you are at a crossroads and it's time to decide which direction you want to go. What do you want? What do you want to put your energy toward? All right, let's get one on synchronicity. Let's get one on synchronicity. Oops. Okay, we've got Page of Swords. So I feel like some of the signs you may be getting, if we're talking about betrayal in a relationship, you might have discovered some texts between your person and someone else. This could also, you could also be the offending party, Cancer. It can go either way, so just take this as it resonates. But you could have found texts, emails. I feel like you might have been like spying on your significant other, and you're getting like confirmation that they've been stabbing you in the back, they've been betraying you. But whatever it is, it's like these little communications that are either letting you know that it's time for this to be done, or you've been doing some fishing and some digging and you've been finding dirt and you're like, you know what, if I was looking for a sign to end this relationship, this is it. Let's get another one on synchronicity. We've got the World. The World is all about completion. Again, we've got the 9 card here with completion, and we've got the World. Like, this relationship has run its course. It's done. Otherwise, staying in this relationship is going to have you going round and round in circles, not moving forward. It's going to be more of this energy. Again, if you were looking for a sign, this is it. All right, let's get one on abundance. Page of Cups. So this is all about having this new sort of energy. It's this new, it's like almost a new situation. So it's like you're leaving this old thing behind in the past, this old relationship. It's time to move on from this. And it's like you're discovering, like I said before, it's about deciding which way you want to go. And I feel like you should choose the path that is emotionally fulfilling to you and that brings you abundance. But it's this like, it's like you're at a point where you're like, okay, now I need to discover what makes me happy. What am I going to do? What fills my cup? That's the energy that you have. And you decide that, listen, I want something that's going to be abundant. I don't want this sort of energy. I don't want to go round and round with this sort of energy. I want my cup to be filled with abundance. It's like it's a new cycle is what I'm getting, or a new relationship. All right, let's get another one on abundance. Yeah, we've got the Chariot, and the Chariot is all about movement forward. It's moving on. You're moving on from this relationship that just wasn't good for you, that was hurtful. Whether you were being hurt or you were the one that was doing the hurting, it's time to move on. Time to move on. And this is the sign of Cancer. So I feel like Cancer, you are the one that is literally moving on. Perhaps you are the one that's breaking up with this person. You're like, I've had enough. I can't do this anymore. It's time for me to get my shit and go. And that's exactly what you do. That's exactly what you do. Some of you are in this energy of figuring out, should I stay or should I go? Perhaps there's some monetary issues that are affecting your decision on whether to stay or go. Some of you are still in limbo, I see. But by moving on, you're going to be moving in a better direction. If you decide to move on, it's ultimately going to be whatever you're moving on to is ultimately going to be much better than what you're currently in. So just remember that. All right, let's get a love oracle to close out the reading for you, Cancer. What is this? All right, we've got boundaries. Okay, interesting. The Spirit is saying that you need to set some boundaries. I'm hearing that this is for when you move forward. I feel like there might have been some boundaries. Boundaries should have been set before, which might have avoided this. Even if it didn't avoid it completely, you might not have had 10 swords. Let's say you might have had 6 or 5 in your bag if some boundaries were set. But Spirit is saying in order to have this abundance when it comes to a new situation that you're going to move on to, you definitely need to set boundaries. Also, when it comes to people that you entertain, even if you're not, I mean, it's not advisable that you just jump from one relationship to another. There's always healing that has to be done. You need to get back to yourself before you can get out there and really be with someone else. But there's certain boundaries you need to set, even with people that you're just entertaining or talking to. Like, especially if it doesn't lead to abundance, if it doesn't lead to the type of relationship that you want, if you can see that from jump, then don't even entertain it. Don't let people in your energy feel that are going to waste your time, that are going to play with you, that don't know what they want, that are indecisive, people that are in like limbo. They don't know what they want, if they want you or someone else. Like, you need to put up the boundaries for that. And by putting up the boundaries for that, that is what's going to lead you to abundance in a new relationship or in a new, relationship. That's what's going to lead to abundance there. All right, Cancer, that's what I have for you for this new moon in Cancer. All right, next up is Scorpio. That's Scorpio sun, moon, rising, or north node. So for Scorpio, this new moon is happening in your 9th house. And your 9th house rules travel, long distance travel. So that would be like travel abroad. higher education, higher ideals. So things such as philosophy, religion, justice, politics, all of those topics are covered by the ninth house. So perhaps you may want to manifest something abroad. It could be trying to manifest a trip abroad at this time. It could be, you know, you may have interest in other countries and you're trying to manifest things there. You may be trying to manifest going to college or university, or maybe even just getting into politics or religion or law, any of those things. But that's the energy surrounding what you're trying to manifest at this time. And then we've got Saturn in Capricorn that's opposing that, and that's happening in your third house. And your third house is all about your immediate locality. So that may be your neighborhood. It may be your immediate community. It also governs lower education. So that's like high school, elementary school. The third house governs siblings, close family members, thoughts, ideas, and communication. And that is what is opposing this new moon in Cancer. So how might this play out for you, Scorpio? All right. Perhaps you want to take a trip abroad. Maybe you want to go on vacation. I know most of us do, given that we've been in quarantine for a minute. But you can't, because your locality is not letting you travel. It could be as simple as that. Perhaps you want to go to university, but you haven't finished high school. It's your desire to manifest something large, something big, something abroad is being hindered by your responsibilities to your immediate family, your responsibilities to your community, your responsibilities to your local neighborhood. That's how this might play out for you, Scorpio. All right, so let's get into the reading and see what messages Spirit has for you for this new moon. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. This is for the new moon in Cancer. We've got adventure. And interesting, because the ninth house is about adventure. The ninth house ruler is... ninth house is associated with Jupiter, and Jupiter is all about going on an adventure. All right. We've got compassion. And we've got physical activity. Interesting. So a lot of these, and I shuffle very vigorously in between readings, and a lot of signs are getting like a lot of the same cards. All right, we've got physical activity, compassion, and adventure. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got spiritual career. And this is such ninth house energy. Like I said, ninth house covers large ideals like religion, philosophy. So there might be a manifestation for you guys that has to do with a spiritual career. Scorpios generally are very mysterious, and a lot of y'all could be into the occult. So maybe making a career out of that is something that you would like to manifest at this time. That was one message. I feel like some of you want to go on like rock climbing or hiking. I feel like there's a certain like physical activity, adventure that y'all want to take at this time, or that you're trying to manifest. I'm getting off-roading, kayaking, any of those type of sports or activities. I feel like some of you may be doing at this time or may want to do at this time. All right, let's get some clarification and get deeper into this message. Let's get some on adventure. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the Seven of Cups. All right. I feel like if there is some sort of adventure that you're looking to go on. And in this part of the message, I don't feel like it's just like rock climbing or kayaking. I feel like it's something new that you want to embark on, something exciting that excites you. I feel like you've been waiting for a long time to do it. Like, I feel like you may have wanted to do it like before, and at the time when you wanted to do it, it wasn't the right time. Like, you have to wait on divine timing in order to do it. And I feel like you've been kind of, there's quite a few of these things that you've wanted to do. And you've been trying to like narrow it down to maybe one or a few, but you're like, maybe it is you want to go rock climbing, kayaking, off-roading. Like, it might be so many different things that you want to do, which might be a little confusing at this time, or you might be confused as to which one you should do at this time. But regardless of whatever it wasn't the right time before. And it might be the right time now. Like, now may be the right time to do it. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of Wands. I feel like there's a certain amount of exhaustion you've had also, which could be what has been hindering you from doing these things. Like, I feel like your physical activity may be improving, like your physical health may be improving at this time, which is why now is the right time to do it. For others of you, I feel like you've just been exhausted. Like, you've had a lot of responsibilities that haven't afforded you the opportunity to go on this adventure, and you've just been exhausted. And like, Spirit is like, now is the perfect time to do this. All right, let's get one on compassion. We've got the 8 of Swords. All right, I'm getting like a different message. Remember when I said that you have, perhaps going on this adventure is what you want to manifest at this time, but that energy is being opposed by this responsibility that you have either to your immediate family or to your neighborhood. It's saying that you need to have compassion for either your family members or your neighbors or your community members, because they have a certain way of thinking that they've been stuck in. And it's not necessarily their fault. That's probably how they were raised, but you need to have compassion because they just have like a one-track mind, and they might not understand your desire to want to go abroad, maybe even live abroad, move to a new country, like get completely away from your immediate vicinity. And they might not understand that, but you need to have compassion for them because it's not their fault. It's just how they were raised. It's how they've been conditioned to think about this desire that you have. Let's get another one here on compassion. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like this definitely has to do with your immediate family. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest abroad, whatever adventure you're trying to go on, your family is definitely like, yeah, we don't do that. If you look and see like that big X right over the card, it's like, yeah, we don't do that. We don't go there. We don't do those kind of things. And just have compassion for them. I'm not saying that you can't do what you want to do. I mean, if you're watching this, you're most likely an adult, so you can do what you want to do anyway. But just have compassion for them because they don't know. They're tied to a specific way of thinking about it, and it's not their fault. Have compassion for them, but you know, still do what you want to do regardless. All right, let's get one on physical activity. Okay, we've got the moon here. All right, so for some of you, I feel like this adventure that you're going on is a little scary. You don't know how it's going to turn out. I feel like on the inside, you're a little scared. You're like, I don't know. And that could possibly be why you're a little confused about it. You're like, I don't know. That's normal. But that's what adventures are all about. Adventures take you out of your comfort zone. They get that adrenaline going. It's like stepping outside of the box. But you are a little afraid about it. This is also letting me know, this is also the card for Cancer. So this is letting me know that, yeah, this is definitely the right time to do this. whatever this thing is. Let's get another one on physical activity. We've got the Star. Yeah, this is like, this adventure that you want to go on is like your wish come true. Like, this is something you really wanted to do. It's like it's a big aspiration for you. It's a very big aspiration for you. You should go for it. Just have compassion for the naysayers and your family that may not see eye to eye with you on this. But this is definitely the time to go for it. Yeah. And we have the Six of Swords at the bottom. That's all about movement, and it could be across seas. So this is definitely something abroad. Whatever you're trying to manifest is not in the United States or wherever you are. I'm in the United States, by the way. This could be in a completely different country, across the world, but definitely across an ocean. It's definitely something big. You should go for it. Yes, you're going to be a little afraid, but that's what that's how adventures are. Adventures evoke a little bit of fear in us, but now is the right time. It is a fortunate time to embark on this adventure. This could be going abroad for spiritual purposes too. Maybe you're visiting, you know, a country of origin. Like, let's say you are into, you know, African traditional religions. Maybe you want to take a trip to Africa, and that could really be an adventure at this time. But your family is like, yo, I don't know about that. We ain't never been there. You going by yourself is crazy. Like, that's sort of how this could play out as well. So let's get one last card here as a final message for you, Scorpio, for this new moon. We've got new life. Whatever this adventure is, it's going to be like a rebirth for you. There's a whole new life waiting for you with respect to this adventure. Yes. At the bottom of this deck, we have community. So yeah, I feel like your immediate community may not agree with this, but there's a community abroad that you are trying to be a part of, Scorpio. Go for it. Go for it. That's Spirit's message. Go for this adventure. It'll definitely be worth your while. All right, Scorpio, that's been your reading for this new moon in Cancer. All right, and last and certainly but not least, we've got Pisces. That's Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. Pisces, this new moon is happening in your 5th house. That's the house of individuality. It's the house of creative endeavors and the house of children. The 5th house is ruled by the sun. And if you notice, everything revolves around the sun. The sun stands out. It stands apart from all the other planets in our solar system. And that's what the 5th house is all about. And I feel like you are trying to manifest something that has you standing out, that has you shining brightly like the sun. Has you using your creativity. Perhaps it's a creative endeavor. This also rules the house of children. So perhaps you might be wanting to manifest children, or you may be wanting to manifest something related to your children if you have them. That energy is being opposed by Saturn in Capricorn in your 11th house. So the opposition is happening in your 11th house. And the 11th house is all about being a part of a group. It rules friendships, it rules social groups and networks, it rules humanity as a group. It also rules goals and lofty ambitions. So how might this play out for you, Pisces? All right, so perhaps you may want to manifest something that has you standing out. Something that has you standing out in the crowd, being an individual, being a leader, something to that nature. But you have an obligation to your friends or a social group that you are part of that is sort of a barrier to manifesting this intent and this desire that you have to stand out. So it's like this tug of war between you as an individual and you as a member of a group. That's how this new moon energy is playing out for you, Pisces. So let's get into the reading and see what messages Spirit has for you for this new moon. So this is Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. All right, cool. We've got love partnership. I can't tell you how many other signs have gotten this card. Like, it's a lot of common energy going on here. We've got perseverance. And we've got healing. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got completion. I feel like literally every zodiac sign has gotten this card. If not every, like 80% of the zodiac signs have gotten this card this month. Okay. So obviously we've got some kind of love partnership here that you've been in for a minute. And I feel like you've been hanging on, you've been holding on, you've been doing some healing work. I think perhaps both of you, because you see the 2 6s here, have been doing some healing work in order to restore the harmony in the relationship. Yeah, you've definitely persevered. You've definitely hung on. You've definitely kept your heart in it, is what I'm hearing. And this healing phase could be over. With the completion card here, I feel like there's a certain healing cycle or some sort of cycle that has completed with respect to a love partnership. But let's get some more cards here and see what's really good. All right. So let's get one on love partnership. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like either one or both of you, but I feel like both of you have really been putting the work in order to restore healing and balance to this relationship. So, and it's been a long time coming. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight, but he's slow and steady. And I feel like there's been steady work that's been done on your part in terms of healing this love relationship. Let's get another one on love partnership. Oh, that's too many. Let's get another one on love partnership. And we've got the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is all about conflict. So I feel like there has been conflict in this relationship. And some of this conflict is not just between you and your partner. I feel like it's been external conflicts as well. There could have been competition here. Other people may have been trying to get into your relationship or affect your relationship. But there's in this energy of conflict surrounding your relationship. But like I said before, either you or you and your partner have been putting in the work to heal that conflict and restore balance and harmony to the relationship. All right, let's get one on perseverance. We've got the Page of Swords. So I feel like one of the ways that you've been working on this healing is through your communication. I feel like if there was conflict within the relationship, I feel like that was probably a lot of fighting, a lot of arguments. And I feel like that energy was going on for a while. It could have been hurtful words, not too hurtful, nothing too crazy, but just a lot of bickering, a lot of little bickering is what I'm hearing. And in order to work on the part of the work that needs to be done or that's been done, is working on how you speak to each other and how you communicate to one another. Yeah, and we've got at the bottom of the deck, we got the King of Swords. And that lets me know that you've mastered that. So again, this is work you've put in. You've worked on your communication skills. You've worked on communicating clearly, effectively, decisively. So this little bickering that's been going on, you've actually worked on that and mastered that. And that's been part of the healing that's been taking place in this relationship. Let's get another one on perseverance. It's too many. Let's get another one. All right, so we've got the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about things being in suspense in order to see things from a different perspective. It's also about sacrifice. So I feel like, again, this just shows me that you've put in the work to heal this relationship. You've been able to put yourself in your partner's shoes and see things from their perspective. I feel like that's what has helped you work on your communication skills. Either you, your partner, or both of you. But that's the energy that's in this relationship at this time. Let's get one on healing. Also, some of you may have gone to therapy. I see some of you have gone to therapy, or if you haven't gone to therapy, you've enlisted the help of a third party in order to help heal this relationship, whether that be a pastor, a family member, but some of you have definitely gone to therapy. We've got the Page of Wands. For some of you, I feel like it's children that had caused some of the conflict within this relationship, whether they were children that you guys shared, that you had together in the relationship, or it was like children you might have had from outside relationships or previous relationships. For some of you, it was children that was causing an issue and a rift within your relationship. But I also feel like there's a renewed sense of passion here in this relationship. Like a new passion. Like now that you've gone through the healing and you've done that hard work, I feel like there's this new sense of passion in the relationship. That's dope. Okay, let's get another one on healing. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can hear that. My dog is like going crazy right now. Let's get one more on healing. Yeah, we've got Justice here. So it's like you're renewed. Yeah, it's a renewed sense of passion. It's like you're recommitting to each other at this time. It's really great energy. You guys are recommitting to each other. And at the bottom of the deck, what do we have? We have the Sun. And I love this card because look at how they're just seeing eye to eye. That's beautiful. Doing the work, like going through the motions and doing the work in this relationship is done. You now have a relationship that's equal, that's fair, that's balanced. Didn't I say that both of you were working to restore balance and harmony to the relationship? The end result of that is that you indeed have that. You have that balance, you have that fairness, you have that equality, and this renewed sense of passion here. You've done the hard work and you're being rewarded, Pisces. Like, this is dope. This is dope. This is obviously not going to resonate for all of you, but I feel like for some of you, if you were like, I've put in all this work and I don't know how this is going to end up, know that this is going to end up on a very high and positive note. All right, let me pick one love oracle to close out the reading for you, Pisces. Alternatively, you guys could have been in a relationship with a Libra or an earth sign. So either Libra or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. What love oracle is this? Confusion. All right. There, like I just said, I feel like some of you have put in the work and you're confused as to whether this relationship is going to change for the better. And Spirit is saying it most definitely will. All right, Pisces, that has been your reading for this new moon in Cancer. All right, water signs, that has been your reading for this new moon in Cancer. I hope that you were able to get at least one message from this reading. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my information is in the description box below. If you'd like to order an astrology report from me, that information is in the description box as well. As always, these readings are a labor of love and they come straight from the bottom of my heart. They're also an energy exchange. So if you feel so inclined and would like to buy me a coffee, that information is in the description box as well. All right, water signs, I will talk to you in my next reading. Bye.